Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to the 11th episode of my 1 vs 3 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against 3 Emperor AI that are on a team against me, and I'm playing as the Dwarf Archdruid Ulrik Icepelt. In our last episode, we successfully sieged a number of Nomlik cities here. Let's just zoom in real quick. So we managed to take both of these cities from Nomlik, the city of Hulsek here, which we're migrating to dwarves, and the city of Sudyu, which we're also migrating to dwarves. And then we also took this large city down here, which we've already migrated over to dwarves, the city of Crotarax. So we were able to steal 3 of Nomlik's cities away from him, and I imagine Nomlik isn't exactly too pleased about any of this. We've also got a few more of his cities that we know where they are. So we've got one off to the right here above ground. And then if we go back underground, we've got one major city up here and another off to the left, which I've moved away from. But important to note that in our last episode, we saw that he was sending some forces here, especially with I think there was a Shadow Demon, a tier 4 unit that he was sending over. So he's got a fairly strong army coming over here to maybe try and reclaim some of what I've taken from him. So a lot of things happened in our last episode, but we have Nomlik kind of on the ropes here, and we're making some progress. But of course, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, because he could easily push back and make this a real pain for me. So before I get into the episode, once again, I'd like to just acknowledge a couple of comments here. This one coming once again from Casper Eklund, who left another wonderful, really detailed set of comments and suggestions and things like that, which I really appreciate. So a few of the things that Casper had mentioned here. One thing he had said is that with this new hero that I've acquired here, who is a Dreadnought. So this hero starts off with just a prototype rifle to give him fire musket. What Casper had suggested is that now that Ulrik, if I can find Ulrik here, now that Ulrik has this helmet that's on its way, and I can actually equip that now, and that's something else that Casper had suggested, is to equip an item here as it's on its way. That way, once it arrives, it's already equipped. But now that Ulrik has this this helmet, which gives him Seeker, which means that ranged abilities ignore range penalties and line of sight penalties, and they do an extra damage. That's kind of the benefit of having this longbow ability. So using a longbow means that you don't take any range penalty. Well, I'm not going to take that with any of my ranged attacks now that I have this helmet. So it actually would make sense for me to send this longbow off. And I'm going to wait, because I might do a battle here with Ulrik before the turn is over. But when this turn is done, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this longbow, and we'll go back up, send it to our new hero so that he has a ranged attack that won't suffer from ranged penalties, and also will allow multiple hits rather than a shot and then having to reload. So that's a great suggestion. Another thing that Casper had suggested was using Blood Brothers on Warlords. So if we go back to my Warlord here, when he leveled up, I had the option to do it, and I don't think I ended up picking it. And I probably should have, because the upgrade Blood Brothers gives the entire stack under the Warlord mind control immunity, and also gives them spirit protection. I think it's 100% spirit protection, if I'm not mistaken. And that's obviously super useful as we are fighting a Theocrat. So our last opponent here, once again, is Nomlik, a Goblin Theocrat. So having that spirit protection is super useful, because a lot of his units are going to do spirit damage. In addition to any of his magic spells, a lot of them will potentially do spirit damage. Something else that Casper had pointed out is that I probably should have reinforced my cities a little bit better. And the reason for this is because we now have this Divine Prophecy. So a Theocrat hero who's going to be very, very strong with strong items is going to appear and roam the map with his armies. So what that means is that my cities will probably come under some siege here. And as you can see, some of them are not well defended. And this is on purpose, because I was sending units in to go and join the war effort, but as a result, I've kind of left myself open to losing some cities due to attack from these stacks that are coming in. So something that maybe I should have reinforced a bit, or at least had a mobile defense squad type unit to deal with. So that's something that I'm going to have to obviously keep in mind here as this is about to flip over. So I may end up sacrificing some of my cities when I don't really want to. And then one last point is, so we've kind of gotten into more of the end game here where we're getting into higher tier spells, like I'm able to summon my tier 4. Nomlik has tier 4 units and tier 6 spells, as he got Sage before I did. And it really adds a lot of new dimensions to the game, obviously, because there's a lot more going on, a lot more complexity, more cities and units are in play, obviously. And that really provides a lot more excitement, potentially, for you, the viewer, but for me as well, playing the game. And this is something that Casper had pointed out, that when Casper plays games himself, he likes to use fast game speed. Well, in this one, I'm actually using slow game speed, and I've done that typically because I enjoy kind of the slower build-up. I don't like jumping necessarily right in, but I find that maybe I'm wanting maybe more of a happy medium. So I think in my next playthrough series, I think what I'm going to do is probably set it to normal game speed and kind of have a bit of a, as you can imagine, sort of a happy medium. So let me know in the comments if you are kind of in favor of sort of the more end game stuff with the complexity and the bigger spells, or if you prefer kind of the slow build up and then a little bit of end game, or if you're somewhere in between. So let me know in the comments kind of what your preference is, and we can talk about it, and maybe that will sort of influence what I end up choosing for future playthroughs. So anyway, enough of my yammering. Let's actually get back into the action here, because I really want to see if we can bring this siege to Nomlik and keep going forward here. So I think what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to actually press in here with Ulrik's stack. So Ulrik has these tier 4 serpents, which are really strong, and then a number of other leveled up units here are really strong tier 3. Hunter Spider Queen, a decent flyer that's now got killing momentum, and this shaman that can heal the stack now with healing. And then we've also got this warlord stack here with our horned god and some other good units. Casper had also mentioned the benefits of a Yeti. I really do like the Yeti as a unit, especially after having played Frostling quite a bit in the past. So the nice thing about them is that they get some frost damage with their attack. They get inflict frostbite, which means that melee and ranged attacks can inflict frostbite, meaning that a unit with it has less defense. And then once they level up, they can eventually get Arctic Walking, Path of Frost, but I like inflict freezing cold is another one that they get. So all around pretty solid unit, and I'm quite happy to have it. And we actually obtained that from raiding this dungeon. So anyway, let's proceed in here, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to use Ulrik to move here, and then we'll use Gwarin's stack here, and we'll initiate. Let's actually see, is this... Okay, this is just another city, so not... I was wondering if maybe this was the throne because he's pumping out tier 4s, but doesn't appear to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to initiate this battle with Gwarin here, and we're going to do this. Now, this could be a kind of a dicey battle here, but I think we'll be just fine. We've got the advantage in terms of unit strength, but of course now he's going to start hitting us with all these spells, so we'll have to see what happens there. I think he's... So he's got his tier 4 Shrine of Smiting, which he's put inflict... Here you can see he's got inflict instant wrath, which means that 50% of all damage dealt against this target is dealt back to whoever is hitting it. So, yeah, that's going to be a real pain. I'm going to have to be really careful as I'm attacking it because it's going to take some serious punishment, I'm sure, before it goes down, and it's going to cause me to have my units kind of get beat up as they're trying to deal with it. So, alright, let's start kind of getting ourselves ready here. So we're going to, first things first, we're going to awaken that Hunter Spider. We're going to get our Yetis in as a bit of a protection squad here. And so Gwarin now has a number of abilities here. You can see he's got everything from his little poop bucket attack with Throw Filth to shock bolts, and then he's got the ability to heal as well, which I had created this item, the Healing Horseshoe, to help him out, help him maintain the stack. And then he's got Wail of Despair like a Banshee, so he's got a lot of kind of mixed options there for attacks. I think we're actually going to let them kind of just charge right in at us here, and we're going to try and tank some of that damage, and then these big beetles will come charging in at us as well. We'll let our Horned God just kind of chill back there. And that I think will go well. So then we're going to awaken as many of our animals here as possible, I think, because we want them to be doing big boy damage here, I think, at this point. So we're going to move in here. We're going to awaken our serpent. And we're going to kill off these untouchables. There we go. And then it would be also great to awaken our hunter spider queen. And we're going to move in and try and web the big beetles. Okay, we failed, but again, always worth a try. Now, we could also bring in our shock serpent here, but I think maybe we will... Just trying to decide what would be the best course of action. I don't want them all then coming around and charging, so I think maybe what I'll do is I'll put my shock serpent here, and that way they kind of have to... They're a little bit more limited in how they can get to me. There's really just this one portal here. Or maybe, you know what, maybe even right here, actually. That's even better, because then they can't get in at me very easily. They kind of have to take their turns going in that way. And then we'll send the flyer in over just to kind of protect our hero. Now, Gwarin here, I think we're going to leave him as is. Maybe we'll cast a last stand on one of our units here just to improve the defense. So I think our main tank for this battle, we're going to probably use I think we'll use the Shock Serpent as kind of a tank because of its innate property here that when it's attacked, it can inflict stun. With Static Shield here. Melee or touch attacks against the unit. The enemy unit receives 5 damage, has a chance to be stunned. So because of this, we're actually going to use this unit kind of, I think, to that advantage. So I think that's the one that we're going to throw last stand on there. Just to kind of improve the defense there. Alright, now let's see what happens. So they weakened our spider. Oof. Divine Vengeance. You can see how nasty that is. And our screen is stuck in a shake mode there for a bit. Okay, so they charged in at us, as kind of expected. So here's that Goblin Warg Rider. So we'll beat the heck out of these Warg Riders with our Horned God. And then we've got these big beetles now that are kind of up in our business. So why don't we... We could move around and do a flank attack on them. I think maybe that's what we'll do. So we'll come around over here and we'll blast the heck out of them. There we go. And then we will flank them here and wail on them there. And that ended up working out pretty darn well, actually. And so now we'll move our shaman up. Okay, now let's kind of deal with the situation over here. So obviously this Shrine of Smiting is going to be a real you-know-what to deal with, so I'm going to have to be pretty careful with it. So Ulrik, I've got a few options as to what I can do with him. I would like to get this Reed Serpent in here dealing with this Shrine of Smiting, but it is going to take some big damage there as it does that. So I think what we'll do is we'll drop a heal on our Reed Serpent and send it right in to just start doing some damage. Now, of course, it's going to take damage as it hits just because of the Shrine's ability there, that instant wrath that it's been cast on it. So we know that that's coming. So let's go deal with this big beetle there, kind of lock it down, and then we can use our flyers here and actually probably kill off or heavily damage those big beetles. Let's see what else. So our Spider Queen is pretty beat up, so I'll probably throw the spider in defense mode, I think. Now, I could try for maybe like an Entangling Touch or something like that on these big beetles. And you know what? We've actually got a pretty good chance, so let's give it a try. Okay, and it didn't work. Again, it was worth trying because obviously that would have basically immobilized them. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to just wail on them here with our flyers. And then let's see, can we get the kill? Oh yeah, no problem there. Excellent. And that's going to end our turn. Now I'm curious to see kind of what happens over here with our serpent. Ooh, came in for our hero. Okay. So that regrowth is super nice, as you saw there. So our spider's really taken a pretty substantial beating in there. So we want to make sure the spider doesn't die. So let's wail on this big beetle here. There we go. Got the kill with our... And a nice level up to gold. Now this King Shock Serpent has charge, which is just that much more in the arsenal. So very, very powerful. Let's try for a Entangle. Okay, and we failed. I think we'll bring our Reed Serpent in over here and just start dealing with these units. And then... You know what? Oh, we've already used Entangling Touch with that particular unit. And let's see, do we have any abilities here that maybe would be beneficial? So we've got Doomgaze. Doomgaze has an attempt to petrify. Although I don't think it can petrify a machine necessarily. Just trying to think here what would be the best course of action. We could probably finish this unit off. I think we've got enough combined damage that we can do that. So let's give that a try. So first things first, we'll use our flyer here. We'll do a nice big flank. Oh, and we got the kill. Absolutely fantastic. All right, and then we can call in a lightning strike here. Actually, we can hit all three. Oh, nice. That was fantastic. And then over here, we've actually got the ability to call in a lightning strike, but I don't think there's anybody we can hit with our Horned God. So bring our Horned God over. I think with Gwarren here, we're just going to drop a self-heal, because Gwarren's kind of beat up. And we'll just start bringing our units over. And there we go. Okay. So the only unit left here is this big beetle and these untouchables, which, as you can see, they're both immune to blight damage there, so we're not going to try for that. Alright, now let's see what happens here. Hopefully our spider can survive. Yep, we're good there. Okay, no worries. So now let's see, does anybody have some extra healing we could drop? We do want to make sure our spider is in good shape, because that spider is very powerful. And let's just make sure that no one else has any healing. I think all of our druids have used up theirs, if they did have any. This is the one that had it. Okay, so what we'll do here, I think we will... You know what, can we get a despair on this thing? Let's see. Ooh, not quite. We'll call lightning down. There we go. Get our Horned God a level up. Nice. So a fairly devastating blow there. We didn't lose a single unit, and Nomlik lost his entire stack, including a tier 4 Shrine of Smiting. So pretty darn successful battle as far as that goes. And then we've just got that single shrine up there defending the city, so I think we will head in. Oh, and he's got a cherub as well, so nothing too crazy. I think we'll be fine taking this city by with just Ulrik here. So maybe we will send Gwarren. The question is now, do we want to go explore this way, or do we want to head down? And now I never did verify if this was his throne over here, so it might be worth actually kind of coming back, so maybe we'll do that. And now we've got some other decisions to make. Oh, before I forget, let us send his bow to our brand new hero, Furak the Rough-Skinned, a Draconian Dreadnought. And another tip here is that if you arrange these in different orders, they'll actually appear. So, you don't have to click on your hero in battle and pick the one you want. If you have them in the first few stacks here, you can see, or first few slots, I should say, you see that they actually are reflected. So first is the Gas Breath, then the Musket, then the Spirit Ray, then the Petrifying Touch, and the Doomgaze. So they follow the items here. So we'll actually just arrange these as such so that it makes it easier for us to use them. I think I'm actually going to switch those. There we go. So that way we don't have to worry as much about trying to hunt these down in battle to find them in the list. So arrange these in such a way that the ones you're going to use the most are the first in the slots here. Just something I've kind of learned there for ease. All right, so let's check out our new hero. I did his level up last time, I think, so that's already done. And he's by himself, which is never really a good thing. That's kind of risky, and actually Casper had pointed that out, that sending him in by himself like that was quite the risk, and I do agree. In retrospect, maybe not the greatest plan ever. So maybe, I mean, I could summon the Horned God there just to protect him, and have him be very powerful then with that extra unit. Oh, and we've got this unit coming out here as well. I wonder if maybe I should send this unit back, though, just to reinforce the city, and I think I'm going to do that now that I'm thinking about it, because I have so many units coming into battle here. I think I'll be fine. I have so many strong units coming in to reinforce my big push, and I have 2 hero stacks here that are both very powerful. Decent units in that one, very strong units in this one. So I'm not too concerned about that. I think I'll be fine. So I think what I'll do, I'll summon this god just to help the hero out, and now he's got a really powerful unit to back him up. We've got a dwarven city way over here that has a quest for us. I'm not going to worry about it. Tell me about the quest. I mean, quite frankly, you know, I could accept it and start building up a little army on the side. Maybe I'll do that. I mean, I've got 10 turns. I think in that amount of time I could probably have something to deal with. It doesn't look like it's a very difficult quest. And we've got the capabilities over here to produce some strong units. And then we've got the shock trooper there. So I was going to just ignore it, but I guess I'll do it. It probably won't get to it before this game ends, but you never know. Alright, so now for production, I really want to make sure that my throne is safe. I don't want my throne in any real risk. So we'll just build another hunter there. We already have a forge priest, so I think we'll build another hunter just to have some additional damage. Yeah, some additional range damage. Although I am kind of tempted to build a Forge Priest just to have more healing. Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll do that. So build the Forge Priest there. So this is our brand new city, which we are actually already able to start producing things in. I think we'll make a Shattering Hammer. Ooh, produced infantry units have killing momentum and extra damage. That's pretty nice. So this is a pretty powerful city. I'm anticipating that I'm going to get attacked, so I'm going to make the Shattering Hammer there. And then most of these other cities here, I'm going to do merchandise production here. I think that's going to be the plan. Finderland, same thing. Merchandise. Yeah, these cities we're just going to... We will build one here just to help a little bit with protection. I mean, again, if this hero or any of his units are attacking, my cities are not well defended enough to be able to really deal with them, because they're going to be pretty strong, I imagine. So we'll just start summoning another Horned God as well. Okay, so we're going to end our turn there, and I'm really interested to see what Nomlik starts doing here. And I got to find his throne. I have no idea where it is. Now, I suspect that Nomlik came up from the underground through this portal here and took these cities. So, okay, no, domain invasion. I think that's right here. So that was, yeah, that's this. So that was a unit there moving out of the way. Okay. So I'm very curious as to... Oh, so yeah, there's the danger of moving my units by themselves. Obviously, you can see here we've got these elementals chasing. I'm going to try this in manual combat and see if I can kind of use my little runaway strategy. Now, I don't think these units have a ranged... None of them have a ranged attack, so I might actually be able to get away with it. Let's see what we can do here. So again, I got to kind of just kite them. There we go. I want to try getting them kind of moving over this way. I think we're okay there, yeah. And then we'll just keep running away, because I don't want this unit going down. Obviously, it's a pretty strong unit. I think it's a champion 2 or 3 by this point. This was one of the units I actually started the game with, so yeah, it's a champion 2. So I'd really like to keep it alive if at all possible. And I'm hoping they're just going to come straight at me here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So thank goodness this is a cavalry with a lot of movement potential here. So yeah, I can go here. I'm still out of range. There we go. Okay, yeah, we're gonna be okay, I think. Oh no, we're not. Dang, I was one. I borked that by moving. I didn't move quite far enough away. So yeah, this unit's gonna go down. I mean, not the end of the world, but it is kind of a shame. Yeah, and there they go. They're gonna die now for sure. So, kind of a shame. Again, I could have played that differently. I should have used a little bit more of my movement there. I was kind of trying to maybe rush that a little bit too much. So yeah, that perfectly highlights exactly what Casper had mentioned, which is sending units by themselves puts them at risk, and that's usually not a good thing to try. So now we've got this Obsidian Wyvern mount for Ulrik, which is fantastic. He's now able to fly, which is great for him. And this Bleak Warg, we're actually going to send that off to Firak, because I don't think he has a mount, so that's good for him. And hey, look at this. We're now the Prime Evil, so we completed that Empire quest, and we've got a couple extra units here. All right, lots has happened, so let's deal with our items first. So we've got a new shield for our hero. We're going to send that shield off to Firak. And what else arrived? We've got a wand. Okay, our helmet has gotten there, which now gives him Seeker, which is excellent. And then a magic wand here as well for a Brimir. And then we've had invasions here, which was just a unit moving away, I think. Invasion at Choyan, let's see. So, okay, this is just a pesky one of these units that's come out of here, out of the Shadow Realm. So got to make sure we keep our city defended enough that this isn't a problem. We've gotten better at governing Tigrans, despite the fact that they absolutely hate us, because we're migrating all their cities. I guess we'll just do this. I'm not going to worry too much about it. We're just going to make the Tigrans units a little bit better, even though we're probably not going to have them. So here's that Empire Quest Prime Evil. So we were the first to achieve a pure evil alignment. Got a few extra units there, which, you know what, that'll help, because we're going to siege this city, and at least these wyverns can go over the walls, so we could use them kind of as extra units if need be. Yeah, you can see here the Tigrans are not very happy with me, obviously, as I'm basically genociding their cities, so they're not too happy about that. Now, I have to decide what to research next, and I suppose that Nomlik here, he hasn't really cast any spells at me yet, but I do kind of maybe want to have Greater Disjunction just in case he does, so I think I'm going to do that, and then I can keep researching other things after. All right, so I think we will, let's just proceed with trying to take out these cities here. Yeah, we'll invade this city with Ulrik here and his little stack, as well as these new animals that we just acquired. So we basically just have to watch out for the Shrine of Smiting, and other than that, we'll probably be just fine. So let's basically just kind of charge in here, and we'll do some awakening. We're going to just charge in, awaken everybody. My units are a little bit beat up, so I don't want to get too overzealous with them. There we go. Alright, so Filth Pit's going to wail on us, not that it's doing much to us. So he failed to dispel that one attack, which is good for us, obviously. And we can charge the gate, which we're going to do. And then we can get Ulrik up over the wall, or we could just blast these cherubs, which I think is actually going to probably be what we do here. So we'll move in, and then we will just blast those cherubs. And we stun both of them. That's hilarious. And we're just getting all our other units kind of ready here. So I'm going to leave those wyverns there just so that the shrine can keep shooting at them. Kind of keep them distracted, I guess. And we'll move our shaman in. Yeah, and that'll do it there. So I think he successfully dispelled there. So the shrine has actually come out to fight us. So we're going to send our Shock Serpent over to deal with it. And as well, we're going to send in the Shaman just to back up the Shock Serpent. It's got the heal capability there for us. And we can actually send our Flyer over and just take out that Cherub and then throw it in defense mode. And we'll phase in our Spider Queen as well, just to provide some backup. And we're obviously going to get this Wyvern out of there. I don't want it dying senselessly. And then we'll send that Wyvern over there. The Hellhound can kind of come around on the side there. And actually Ulrik can fly right in and just obliterate that Cherub, so we'll do that. And then this Reed Serpent can move in to reinforce the other one. There we go. Alright, now we'll deal with the Shrine here. It's probably going to use its big AoE attack. Yeah, there it is. Oof. Wow, that does a lot of damage. You can see how that screen shake just keeps going and going. You can see how effective that is, though, at just doing a ton of damage there. Oh my, and with that critical, just obliterated. I didn't think that was going to kill in one hit, but there we go. I was going to do some more healing, but no worries. Might as well just get it done. Okay, so we got another city up here. Maybe that's the throne. So I think we'll go hunting. Let's go see what we got. There's his throne. Okay, so we found it. He's got it defended with some Shrines of Smiting, obviously. So now that I know that, I'm actually going to turn this hero around, because I'm going to need some assistance with that sieging, I believe. Now this city awaits its fate. We're going to migrate it to Dwarves because I just don't really want to have to deal with Goblins right now. So we're going to just migrate that over. Plus it gets it in our control a lot faster, which is good for us. And so we can actually go. So this is, yeah, this is how he came up top. So his throne is here. So he made it up through this portal to get at me. Or I should say to get to the surface and start taking over these cities. So I don't, now here's the kicker. I don't know where he is, right? I don't know where Nomlik himself is. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm still going to have to kind of pursue his cities here, because Nomlik could be out in any of his satellite cities here. But I think we'll send Hingrid underground here to kind of join in here with the siege. And we could actually even send, if need be, we could send Gwarren up if Brimir needs help up top. So fortunately we've got lots of mobility options in terms of moving units around. So this is actually still going very well for us. So now let's do our production. So remember that event is now on, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that nasty Theocrat with his armies here that are going to probably be at the gates of some of my cities. So here in this city, we're producing a shaman, which is good for us. So we'll have that shortly. Over here, we've got 2 shaman now, which probably be useful to maybe send one. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Maybe we'll send 2 units up. We'll send them. They'll get the movement buff there, and then they should be able to, yeah, and then they can go join and help defend that city. Down here, we've got a shaman on its way. So I think we're gonna kind of just do merchandise in most cities here, unless there's any devastating nastiness on the horizon for any of them. I'm not seeing anything too scary. But who knows, that hero could start wandering into my territory pretty quick. So, let's see, we've got... Yeah, we'll make one more unit here. Let's do a charger. So the chargers also have... If we look, they have regrowth as well, so that's good for them. And over here we'll do a flamer, I think, because we've got... Yeah, we'll do another flamer in this city. Now up here we do need some kind of guard, so let's make... What can we make here? Let's make just an axeman to guard the city. It is kind of on the front line as I've just taken it over. So now where does this go? This is over here. So let's actually do this. Let's go underground and see what we're dealing with, because he did have that squad with a shadow demon here, so don't want to mess around too much. And then, let's see, how about Furak here? So I think maybe what I'll do is I'll group up here. There we go. And now my hero's protected, and I can probably deal with this squad here in the next turn. And then this little stack I can send in just to kind of do some exploring, maybe. Oh, and he's left his city very poorly guarded. You know, be up against just an Evangelist and a Trebuchet. Now, the Evangelist could convert one of my units, but boy, you know, that's tempting. I don't think I have enough muscle, though. Let's just do a little bit of gallivanting around in his terrain here. Excuse me. And these units, I'm just going to have them chill on the city. So that's going to do it for our turn. So really, really interesting development now. We know where his throne is. So I'm out for blood. I really want to press here and see if I can hit him while I've got him kind of on the ropes. Oh, yeah. So here we go. These are units that have come as a result of that event. So they're popping up at my cities. They're going to start causing me a lot of grief. Now, fortunately here, we don't really have any ranged units. Oh, I guess we do have the Martyr. So let's just see if we can run away. Yes, the Martyrs are going to use that. Which is good because it limits their movement there, so they're not going to run and pursue me nearly as much now. So I think we'll kind of head into this back corner over here. I think we're going to be just fine, because they're not going to do any damage, so yeah, we'll just do that. We're just going to retreat into the corner here. Don't want to lose these cities, because obviously every city is valuable in terms of the income from it, and then being able to produce additional units if necessary. So yeah, this strategy, you just wait those 5 turns. As long as nobody gets damaged, you're good to go. Now you can only do this in cities that don't have gates. Although if you're fighting units that can go past the gate without hitting it, then you're okay. But most of the time, units that are attacking you are going to then go hit the gate. Okay, and here we go. We're now getting attacked, so it's kind of nice I actually did some damage to that one. This actually will be a difficult battle, as you can see here. These are quite powerful units, so I don't want to do anything too stupid here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Furak here to buff the Horned God and give him some extra fire protection. So what that does for him, where is it? Guarded by Flames. Plus 40% fire protection, and units melee attack deals plus 2 fire damage. So nice little buff there. Remember, our Crusher has the ability to regrow. So if he takes some hits, as long as he doesn't go down, he should be okay. And we're gonna just kind of. Now we really got to watch out, because this fire elemental will explode when it goes down, and obviously it has sprint as well, so it can get into some not fun little positions there that can probably mess me up pretty good. So we'll do that, do some damage there, and then I'm going to anticipate that they're going to be coming in at me here, so we'll back up just slightly. And yeah, boy, this is going to get ugly real fast here. Oof. Yikes. Ouch. Okay, well, at least those Crushers kind of did their job. So now I should be... Oh, yeah, and these guys are excellent. So we can try for the kill here. Let's hope we get it. Come on, high roll. Oh, we didn't get it. Okay. So it might be worth trying to kill this elemental while we can. So let's give it a try here. Nice. And that's what I was hoping, is that it would do some explosion damage. Kill there. Furak can... I don't want to risk Furak too much, but we can do some big damage there. So we'll probably lose maybe these units here. Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting. Again, not really of any consequence. We lost our two lowest tier units, so not really a big deal. And then we can blast them with that. And we can actually go for the entangle here. We got it. We can charge in and kill off that frost elemental. We did get frozen, but it doesn't matter because now we're in a good position. So we can take a step back. Blast, blast, blast. And then we'll come in with our Horned God and just obliterate that unit. So we lost our two little units, but not a big deal there. So all in all, that wasn't too bad. I thought we were going to get hit a lot worse than that. So now let's kind of take stock of what's going on. So we've had a domain invasion, which was this stack that's on our gate, and it's going to be a real pain for us. We've had an item arrive, and that's that oak branch bow, excuse me, which Firak now has possession of. Ulrik has leveled up, which is great for him. We could do inflict bleeding wounds, why not? Good for his ranged attacks. And then what else? Let's see, what's his resistances like? Pretty good. So he's got 40% spirit, 40% frost, 60% blight. We could just up his spirit a little more, why not? Because we're fighting against that Theocrat. And then we'll save that extra point. So, anticipating some spirit damage coming from, smiting prayer bolts or something like that, or Divine Vengeance is fire and shock, but yeah. We are now monoculture, be the first player with 8 cities of the same race, so that's dwarves. And you can see here we got a wonderful stack of firstborns, which we are going to put to full use in this siege, I think, coming up. Dwarves are cheerful, they are very happy with me, as I've obviously got a ton of their cities, so why wouldn't they be happy? Ooh, and I might have just made a bit of a whoopsie there, because I moved this unit in, and now it's going to potentially get attacked. If they're smart, they would move out and attack me while they can, because... Ugh, yeah, that was a bit of a whoopsie. So let's see, can we get closer? Because I need to be able to... I don't want my units getting killed there. So that was a mistake. So I moved in too aggressively there. And depending on how smart this AI decides to be, had I not reinforced with at least a few extra units, he probably would have come out and attacked me, and I might have been hard-pressed to win. I think with just a few more units, I'll be okay if he decides to attack me. So he's got Shrine of Smiting, some Tier 3 Cavalry, Trebuchet, Tier 2 Cavalry, and then 2 more Shrines of Smiting and a Tier 3 Exalted. So, yeah, I'd be in some trouble if he decided to try to attack me with just this stack. I got a little careless, so I should have moved my units up as a squad rather than trying to do that. Okay, so something else to note here is that Nomlik is not in his throne, so I'm going to take the throne out, but I don't know where Nomlik is. So now I have to find Nomlik, which is the new challenge. In addition to knowing where his throne is, I have to know where he is if I want to end this battle. Okay, so here's a fairly weak city that we can take over without any real trouble, so let's do that. We'll siege this city. So just the only real guard I need to worry about is that Evangelist. But I think we're going to be just fine. See, and this is where now, if my units had mind control immunity, I wouldn't have to worry about that conversion attempt that's, I'm sure, going to happen. Actually, let's move our spider here and throw an Awakened on it. Beef it up a little more. There we go. Oh, they dispelled the Awakened. Or Nomlik did, I should say. And so now the question is, how do I go about this battle with... Because I don't want to lose anybody, that's for darn sure. And I do have Last Stand and Berserk. I really like Last Stand, as you've noticed me using it quite a bit. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll get our Shock Trooper up on the wall. We'll put Last Stand on, just to give it a little bit more defense. And we're going to hope that this unit doesn't get possessed here. Or converted, I should say. Now, our spider doesn't take any penalties being on the wall because it has improved wall climbing. So I'm not too concerned about putting my spider in that position. And then I'm going to move the shock trooper into the middle here and my shaman in there. And we'll just hope that that conversion attempt fails. He's going to try it. Oh, resisted. Okay, good. That's what I needed to happen. Okay, so let's blast the heck out of these cherubs. There we go. Wail on those fairies a little bit. Nice. And now these shock troopers can move in and do some heavy damage here. So we're going to throw them right there and put them in defense mode. Take advantage of that last stand that we've got on there. And we'll start climbing up there. We're not going to probably need them, but let's just get them in there anyway. Do a bit of damage here to these evangelists, because why not? Move in over this way. Can we get a... I don't think we'll be able to get a kill. No. Do a little bit of damage there. Ooh, and we got the critical, though. That was kind of nice. Ooh, and they came in to try to take advantage of being on the wall. And there, that was Nomlik. He revived his unit, as you saw. It's not going to matter because I'm taking him out, but... Kill off the boar. Kill off the fairy. There we go. Our unit's now inside the wall here. And... yeah, we're going to light him up. There we go, and then we'll use a war cry and obliterate these evangelists and finish that battle off. And just like that, we've taken another of Nomlik's cities. Fairly, wow, look at that size of this city, too. Now, this was another goblin city. This is another one I'm going to migrate to dwarves because we've got all these mountains in here. So I'm really not making the dwarves or the dwarves or... oh, and look, oh, what's this? And there, we've found Nomlik. Okay. And look at this. He's got a pretty decent stack with him here, it looks like. Yeah, so he's got a Node Serpent and an Evangelist, which are pretty good. So there's Nomlik. We found him. So now, all we have to do is take out his throne and then take him out. And we can even, like, sacrifice Rush to take him out if need be. So we're going to send Firak up this way. Because now we know that... we know where Nomlik is. So that's the next step, is going to be take out his throne, then take out Nomlik. 1-2 punch. So most of our cities here, we're just going to do merchandise. This city is now very well defended, so I'm not too concerned. You know what, we could even... you know what, let's go grab that money. Why not? Being in the water should be more resistant to any units trying to attack it. A little bit extra gold. No problem there. Okay. In Choi An, we're just going to keep pumping out shamans, I think. Actually, you know what? At this point, they're not really going to be of any benefit to me. So, despite them being very good, we're just going to do... Let's get more units going, kind of more on the front lines out here. So, in this city, what can we build? Nothing too crazy just yet. Oh, slaughter pits would be awesome for the infantry that we could produce there. But we can't really make much for... well, let's do the Archdruid's Dolmen, and then we'll do a Magic Academy after that, and then we'll start, if the game is going that long, we'll start pumping out druids, or shamans, I should say. They'll be very strong. So in this particular city here, why don't we make... let's see what else we got here. I think we'll just do merchandise here. Back up top, we're just going to do merchandise in most cities, I think. Although, one thing we are going to do is we're going to send one up here to go reinforce this little city, because obviously it's being attacked. It's back here. Yeah, we're just going to do merchandise. Finderland, same thing. I'm not seeing any real threat. Dularm. We've now got a a couple of units defending it, so yeah, I think we're just going to do merchandise. Tall Rock off by itself, merchandise. So Sidiu, which is one of our new cities here. Let's do a stone wall, get some more, we can get the Florok Quarry and eventually that in our domain. Just kind of expand a bit. Now up here, the city could use some additional forces there, so we'll get a Forge Priest. And this army here, we are going to leave in the city for now. Now over here, I'm actually going to send this unit up this way to assist with the Siege of the Throne, I think is going to be the plan. So we've got a lot of units moving in to help siege the throne at this point. And yeah, this stack we're gonna bring in as well, just as reinforcements. I think really at this point we're overwhelming Nomlik with our armies. Oh, and there's Nomlik coming at me. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be able to win this battle, but let's see if I can do some damage here. So maybe I shouldn't have brought that hero away. I didn't even see his stack there. I thought he had moved them off. So you can see here, this is going to get pretty gross pretty quick. So let's go up here and there. And we're going to throw Guarded by Flames on. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to take some punishment. I was going to auto-battle this, but I kind of wanted to just see his forces in action, especially that big Shadow Demon. That's such a cool unit. Next time I play as a Necromancer, now that these things are dedicated to evil, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if I can get one of these on my team. They're just a really cool unit. Again, added by that mod that adds the Shadow Realm. So, really neat. Alright, let's just wail on these units and see if we can do something. So we're going to lose this battle, no question, but can we maybe do a bit of something here before the battle is over? Kill off at least 1 or 2 units. There we go, and we'll light up that elemental. Ouch. Oh, look at that breath attack. That was gross. Didn't do a lot of damage, but it potentially inflicts a lot of like status effects and things like that. Alright, let's throw a Entangle. Oh, we failed. Let's try one more. Okay, we got that one at least. And let's light up this elemental some more. There we go. Now they're going to start moving in and flanking us and getting in our grill here, so this will be pretty gross. Yeah, there you go. You can see that happening. Oh, and there goes my shamans. Oh, just obliterates the gate there, as you saw. We'll just put our Forge Priest in defense mode, I think. So I don't think we're going to be able to get any kills here, fortunately. Yeah, make them hit me. Oh, they survived there, you saw that, but it's not going to matter here. Yeah, and of course I don't have any movement left, so we'll just... So, decent counter push there, and again, that was my fault for leaving this city poorly defended. I don't think it's going to matter, though, because quite frankly, we've got such a strong army coming in. That was a poor management on my part, though. I shouldn't have left that city, especially because I knew that stack was around there. Oh boy. Look at this. So this is the hero. He's level 18, and he has got a lot of stuff. He's immune to Ghoul Curse. He's got Convert. He's a Holy Champion. Aura of Resistance. Divine. He's got basically every upgrade. Resurgence. He's got almost every upgrade for a Theocrat there. And he's leading a Shrine of Smiting and then all tier 3s. So that's a pretty gross setup there. We'll try manual combat. I don't think this city has a wall. No, it doesn't. I didn't look. I should have just looked at the city, but what we'll do here is we'll try and run. I mean, I think with all the extra movement they have from these flying units, it's not going to matter. I think they're going to be able to just come in and wail on me pretty good. But because of all this, oh god, yeah, look at the movement on those exalted there. Yeah, they're going to be all over me here in another turn or two. So again, though, I'm not at this point in the game. Frankly, I'm just going to push for the kill. I think I probably should do a better job managing my cities here and trying to kind of defend better, but yeah, well, those flying units with their mobility, really, it's hard to run from them. There's really not much you can do. And then they're gonna get me here this turn. Oh boy. Well, shall we do something to them at least? Ouch. Ouch. So, RIP that city. And this battle's going to happen again. We're going to do another manual combat and do the exact same thing, where we try to kite them, keep them from getting to us here. And again, they're going to dilly-dally here with their little buffs, which is good for us because it slows down the unit that has the ranged attack and it could potentially have hit us. And now we can just run and hide in the corner and should be just fine. Okay, let's see. We're just continuing to go and hide. So yeah, that was fortunately that having that Theocrat appear with all these stacks of units, that's actually really pretty devastating because you've got cities that you may not have as defended, and so they end up kind of, getting you kind of behind, not on the front lines necessarily, but kind of in the cities that you may not have been guarding as well. And obviously I didn't do a great job of guarding up my empire in preparation for that, so yeah, I'm kind of paying the price a little bit, but again, not the end of the world losing that one little city. So I did, unfortunately, there we go, some items for our new hero, for Firak. He's got a mount and a shield now at least. Nothing crazy, but hey, it's a little bit more helpful. And so hang on, where does this one go again? Okay, that one goes right there. Let's go back up here. So we've got lots of things. So, and yeah, losing this city, that was a real blunder on my part. What I should have done, I got a little bloodthirsty and wanted to go all in for the throne. And that's maybe not the best plan because I need to kill Nomlik here, and you can see he's moving. And I want to pursue him. So I think we'll head, you know what, we'll head over here. We'll clear this structure out. Actually, it might be nice to just get all our units in here just to get the buff of this. All units will have regrowth. Yeah, that'll be pretty nice. We'll do that. We'll clear this out, get the buff for our stack, move in and see if we can get Nomlik here. Okay. So we don't want to, again, we don't want to do anything stupid here and lose somebody. So let's kill off the martyr. Now we got to remember though that if we kill the unit, they're going to come right back unless we stop that. And our shock troopers aren't exactly big fans of getting attacked by elemental damage, as that kind of hurts them a lot. So why don't we move in like this, and we'll throw on a war cry do some damage there. And then we'll come in here, do a little bit more. I'm trying to kill off that unit in the back. It's not going to happen. And then rather than kill them, I'm going to just put my unit here so that they're going to attack me. I don't think they have sprint. No, they don't. So they're going to attack me and die, and then they won't revive. Okay, they tried stunning touch. A little bit of damage there, no big deal. And so why don't we move in? We'll kill off these martyrs. And then let's go for a web. Got the web. And shock troopers are gold here. These ones are silver. Let's come in and try and get a level up for our hero. There we go. Get some extra damage for him. There we go. Okay. So decent battle there. Got that out of the way. And we got a full heal and a bit of experience there. So now we're going to try and confront Nomlik. He's got this stack that's moving over that way. So we want to deal with him. And we do need to make a defender. So let's make a shield bearer just to guard the city. So that was just telling us the mount was there. So we've had these domain invasions, obviously. Oh, and look here, we've got another one coming in for this little city. Well, I think what we'll do then is we'll do this. And we will start also producing a hunter to assist. So that will give us at least a fighting chance when this city gets sieged here. And then let's just keep on summoning Horn Gods because they are super powerful and very nice to have. Alright, so in terms of spells, I just want more casting points at this point, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go for more casting points. Goblins are unhappy as I'm migrating their cities away. Obviously, I can understand them being unhappy. So, is there something right there? No. Okay, we're alright. Oops, back up to Choyan here. And again, we're just going to do merchandise. Most of these cities we're going to do merchandise, I think. But anyway, let's get back to the main battle here for the throne. So we've now got our units here ready to do some awesome fighting here. This is going to be a pretty incredible battle. Lot of stuff coming in to culminate in a big battle here. So let's kind of get strategic here and set up our units in a way where they can all participate. So we're going to send in this stack here. We're going to send this stack over here. A squad here. And let's get this hero in with as many units as possible. Oh, it's a real shame I didn't level this unit up prior, but that's alright. So I want Hingrid leading a stack just to give them more buffs and whatnot. So we'll send the Mammoth over there. And we'll send Hingrid here. And we'll actually do this. There we go. Alright, now let's initiate this battle. This is going to be a heck of a conflict here. Whoa, and it's saying that we're closely matched. So, yeah, you know, I have decent units, but look at all these shrines. They're going to be a real doozy to face. I think this episode I might go a little longer here just because I want to kind of see if I can conclude this a bit. Oh my, okay. He's bringing out the big guns here, so Dark Gift. Your units get Inflict Curse and +2 melee damage. Now, should I try and disjunct this? I've got a 50% chance of success. I mean, I don't really... Let's see. I don't think I have any spells that are really that useful. I mean, I have Rot. But, like, I think it's going to be more beneficial to get rid of this. So, let's try it. Oh, and we did it. Nice. Okay. So, there we go. Alright, now lots to do in this battle. So, we're going to awaken as many of our animals as possible and hope that he ends up spending points on trying to disjunct that, which they seem to love to do, the AI. So we're, like I said, we're just going to throw awakens on as many of our animals as possible here. Get them all. We're going to get over the wall as quick as we can too, because obviously that's going to be pretty important for us. So we want these. We're actually going to do this. We're going to throw an Awaken here, and then we're going to send the Shock Serpent back forward. There we go. Raid Serpent's moving in. Shock Serpent's in. Flyer's going to move in. We're going to kind of flank around the left side here, I think, with this squad. Whereas everybody else, we're going to maybe head in more sort of to the... Oh, going up the gut's going to be gross in terms of damage. Mammoth. I think we'll start moving in kind of in the middle here, and we'll see sort of what happens. Boy, oh boy, this battle's just crazy. There's so much going on, so many units at play here. So, again, yeah, my strategy is going to kind of be to just try and get the strongest of my units in on that left side, and then have them sweep in behind. And I'm totally willing to sacrifice some units here to win this battle, because if I can take out his throne and then take him out, Nomlik himself, I should say, I can end this thing and get the victory. So, something that Z-Shoot has mentioned to me in the past, so Z-Shoot has commented on a lot of videos before, one of my sort of OG viewers. Z-Shoot had mentioned that once you've taken out the throne and the wizard, or the enemy leader is homeless, essentially, and doesn't have a throne for a couple of turns while they're migrating it over, or, yeah, when they're migrating their throne, all you have to do then is go in and you can kill the leader. You don't even have to kill the rest of the stack that the leader is in. You could send units in as literally like a sacrifice just to go and try and kill the leader. And that's what I'm going to potentially do here if I can take the throne. That's a big if, because you can see this is a pretty nasty set of units here. So I think we'll actually throw our spider up on the wall. And we're going to get all of these firstborns in. They're just going to soak up some damage, primarily. And then we're going to get our spider baby moving in. And obviously we want our hero moving in as well. We want Ulrik getting involved. We're going to start getting our units inside the walls here. We're going to phase ourselves in. There we go. Get our Shock Serpent involved. But anyway, so yeah, being able to kind of headhunt and go right in for the kill is kind of going to be my plan here if I can take this throne out. So yeah, this is a this is a tricky battle. These sieges can really, they can play with your head a bit, because you don't want to make any big mistakes, but at the same time you got to really be aggressive enough to push in and, you know, get it done. So we'll do some damage there. These flamers are great for this particular siege here. And we actually have Call Ancestral Spirit. I'm going to keep this in my back pocket as just kind of a thing that we can do if the S hits the fan, as they say. I really don't want I don't want any craziness going on, but if things get real nasty, then what I'll do is I'll use that as kind of a, you know, soak some damage up kind of attack, where I throw in that Ancestral Spirit like in behind and force units to have to melee it or whatever, and that'll kind of soak up some hits for me. So that's kind of the plan here. But boy, this battle could get out of hand real quick with all these shrines. And remember, these shrines have that big AoE attack, which, oh, there it is. Ooh! You know, in a way, them coming out to me is making my job a bit easier, but oh my god, you can just see me getting obliterated. I lost a flamer there. Oh, I'm taking all kinds of punishment. You know, in a way, I'm kind of surprised he brought his units out, because he really had an advantage behind that wall, but, well, now I get to try and deal with all these shrines here. Okay, well, let's try for a web. Okay, we didn't get it. Now let's just wail on it with our serpents here. And it's stunned, which means we can waltz in and beat the heck out of it, which is great for us. Alright, so that one, we'll go back and deal with it after. Let's kind of see. Let's survey the situation here as best we can. So we've got lots of tier 3s at play here. We've got our Mammoth involved. I would like to have our Mammoth get a charge bonus, but might be better to just come in and do some damage. So let's see, can we get... We've got the Entangle, which is great. So now we can just flank and hit the crap out of it. Come in and I think we can get the kill. Yes, we can. All right, there's one down. So that's great. Now, the good news is these things don't fight back. They're machines, so they don't have a counter melee that they use, which is really good for us. So we can... Oh, and you know what? Some of these units have the ability to try for a web because they went over that. They went over that shrine, so that's good. So we'll waylay that, or melee there as much as we can. And... I think we'll just come in and do some more damage. Oh, and we can't quite get the kill, can we? I didn't want to have to use both sets of... I think we're just going to try and get the kill, though, because these things are so dangerous. Yeah, I want them dead ASAP, so that's what we're going to go for. Let's web the Trebuchet. Oh, we failed. Okay, here we go. We could use a Lightning Call. And we can hit the Exalted and the Shrine. Let's do that. Nice. Okay, we stunned the Exalted, which is really, really good for us. So now, let's finish off, because we want the Tier 4 out of commission, I think. So let's finish them off with... And then, yeah, so I used the Flyer specifically because the Flyer gets... killing momentum and can keep moving afterwards, and then we can get an extra hit there. And now we can kill with the Reed Serpent. There we go. And then we'll move our Spider in over here. Okay, so getting rid of a lot of these shrines is really helping us here, so that's good. We're actually going to move over here, I think, in anticipation for these big beetles moving in at me. So far so good. This is going well. I'm going to heal up that Reed Serpent. I'm going to end our turn there. Okay, let's see what happens. Firework attack. Ouch. I think our Vampire Spider is going to go down, but again, kind of a sacrifice I'm willing to make at this point. Again, I really just want these shrines out of commission because they are not a lot of fun to deal with, so let's come in and kill this Jester at least, get a little bit of health back. Okay, so... Oh, they came in for my Shaman. So we can either try for a web or we can try for an entangle. So the web has a higher chance of being successful. So let's try that. Okay, we failed. Our Mammoth can come in and deliver a big charge here. Let's do it. He's going to go down, but look at that damage. That was great. And then we'll come in and get the kill here with our Shock Troopers. There we go. Okay, now let's beat the crap out of these guys with our Firstborns there. And then we can move over here and engage in melee. And now, so we've got units in behind the walls, which is good for us. So let's get the kill with our Flyers that have killing momentum, and then we can keep moving, put them in defense. And we actually, I don't think we really need to keep working on the gate, so let's just move over this way. Get our little Dread Spider in the walls here. And we're going to put Ulrik in as well. There he goes. So our Hunter Spider is going to move in this way. This Shaman can come in and drop a heal on Shaman there. Try to keep them alive. Do some big damage here, hopefully. There we go. Ingrid herself. You know what? Now might be a decent time to use Call Ancestral Spirit. We can summon it right here. And just do a little bit of damage, kind of piss them off a bit. There we go. We didn't really need to do it, but Ouch. I think that was our spider that died. Baby, yeah, our baby spider on the wall just got murdered. Alright, so really the only units left are these ones here, so I think first things first, we're gonna come in for a web. Okay, and we got it. That's great for us. Now we'll come in, we'll take out the hero, the trebuchet. We'll try anyway, and we failed. And let's see, okay, we've got this unit here who can finish off the trebuchet at least. There we go. And now, I think all we've really got left is... I think all we've got left at this point is basically the shrine, which is now webbed, so I think we're pretty much in the clear. So now it's just a matter of, yeah, there we go, get some more experience, awaken some units. Yeah, nothing. Oh yeah, healing. Okay, here we go. We want to start healing up units because we've got a lot of beat up units, so let's start doing that. And then we'll finish off this pesky unit. And we've got a big heal we can use with our hero, so why don't we heal... Let's see who's hurt the most. Some of these firstborns are pretty beat up. All of our really strong units are nice and healthy, which is the ones I would prioritize healing. So we're going to do that. And then we're just going to start wailing on this shrine with everybody up here. Yeah, I think we're doing good here. We're just going to make sure that anybody else that can hit it is going to hit it. Oh, here we go. We got a healing for... We'll heal that shaman. Yeah, nobody else can be awakened. Again, I'm just double checking. I want to make sure I get as much out of this as I can. There we go. Alright, now we'll just do one more check for healing. Can still use a nourishing meal. Yeah, we'll throw on here. And let's just get the kill here. There we go. Alright, so now we've taken Nomlik's throne out, which is great for us. Really, really great. There we go. So we now have Nomlik's throne city, which is awesome. We'll send this off to Firak. Keep that as a magic attack for us. Boy, wow, this is... Now things are really looking good for us. I mean, at this point, all we have left to really do is try to kill Nomlik. And we've got a few units in range that can... We'll bring in Firak here as well. Try and kind of come help with that. And you know what? Let's even send in these units here. We're just going to send everybody in to try and help deal with Nomlik here. So, let's see. So migrating your throne, that takes a couple of turns. So we've got a few turns to try and take him out, which is good. Really good for us. So, now I just have to... Again, this episode's going a bit longer, but I think it's worth it. We'll just start kind of rushing some production of a few units here, and then just kind of dealing with the rest of this. Let's make shaman. Why not? Up here. Okay, yeah, so we need more units to defend this city. And let's make a crusher. So Dularm is good. Hull Sec. Great to have another unit just here in the city, so we'll do a shield bearer. So now this stack, I do want to keep progressing towards his cities because I don't want to let him off the hook here. So I think what we'll do is we'll put a shaman, and so we've got melee ranged and a healer. So let's do maybe the... There we go. And we'll also send this unit in here. Maybe we'll leave one of those guys behind. And actually, yeah, you know what? We'll leave that behind. There we go. So I'm just trying to decide here how to split my army up a bit. And yeah, we're going to head down here. I want to start really making sure all of his cities are dead. And yeah, up here, we're just going to wait. We're going to try and hunt down Nomlik himself. So here, we're going to head back. I want to go take out that city that he took from me, if at all possible. Send this guy back here. There we go. Alright, that's going to do it for our turn. So apologies for the slightly longer than usual episode, guys, but I think it's going to be worth it here because we're so close to getting the victory. I want to see if I can finish him off here while he's got a domain invasion. Okay, so we are under attack, so let's do this battle. Alright, so let's retreat back. I think, you know, we could just kite them. We could just do our kite strategy. And then we don't risk losing anybody. Although now I have this ability, which is great. You know what? I'm going to keep retreating and let those flyers kind of overextend themselves just a little bit, you know what I mean? Basically, they're going to get further and further away from their own units as they like max out their movement there, and then I can kind of kill them before these other units are in the area to help. Of course, now I forgot, now I'm remembering, of course, they used this absorb pain, which is going to complicate my plan a little bit. But alright, so now the question is, do I try for... I've only got a 15% chance to stun. But I do have a chance to entangle, so we're going to try that. Nice, okay, we got the entangle, so now we can just beat the heck out of them. There we go. Let's see what does the most damage. That will. Okay, now I think we got this battle. No problem. So fortunately, we were able to get the entangle, which is what really allowed us to... And then we can probably get the kill with the tiger. Yeah. And then we can call lightning on these crusaders. We got a stun on one of them, and then we can finish off the other one here who's going to come in. Yeah. So we can get the flank with our tigers. Back up and get the kill. And then move in here and fight them off. Alright, and we're still under attack here, so we'll resist this attack. Again, we're going to use the same plan where we retreat back. Don't want to really get involved here. Just want them to run out of their 5 turns. So I guess now's a good time I can ask here, because this episode is going quite a bit longer and I do want to kind of try and finish it here. What do you think would be a good choice for my next playthrough series? What I'm thinking, I would really like to do, my plan coming for the next one, or going into the next one here, is I'd like to do another Necromancer playthrough, because obviously that's my kind of my bread and butter. It's my favorite. It's my favorite class, and it's the one I'm probably the best with, in my opinion. And that being said, you know, in the last few, I've learned a lot, thanks to a lot of the awesome comments that have been left, but also just kind of playing them here, and being able to then go back and analyze, watching the videos, and again, going as I'm editing the videos and whatnot. It's been really good in that I've gotten to kind of really think about my decision making and how I'm planning with each class and everything. So It's been a really valuable experience. But anyway, I kind of want to get back to my best class, which is definitely the Necromancer. And I'm thinking I want to play a Draconian Necromancer. I really like some of the synergies with Draconians and Necromancer, the class. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, and look at that. So I thought I was going to have to hunt him down, but you can see here, Nomlik has surrendered to me. My empire is crumbling, our cause is hopeless. I offer you my throne and my fealty, and I will accept that, Nomlik. You were a worthy adversary, the last of the three. So in turn 62, Nomlik has surrendered, and that ends the game. So we finish this in 62 turns. Let's take a look at our statistics here. Well, before we do that, though, we can just take a peek. So Nomlik himself was hiding right over here. This is where he was. And I think what we'll do, yeah, we'll view the statistics. So let's take a peek. So we're looking at score here. It's kind of hard to see with the colors, but you can see that I'm the white, and Karashar, who I took out pretty early, all of my opponents had higher scores than me, with the exception of Nomlik here right towards the end. But even when I eliminated Karashar and Sulthor, they had higher scores than me. But let's take a look at, like, knowledge, for example. Yeah, they had all of them had surpassed me in knowledge production quite a bit. You can see how much Nomlik had produced. He had the tier 4 units and tier 6 spells, so that's not really a surprise now that I see that. Again, you really can't compete. You can't compete in terms of pure production with Emperor AI. At least I find it's very hard to do. Happiness kind of jostled all around. I had pretty decent happiness, although you can see that Nomlik had really high, as a Theocrat especially, really high happiness, and then that dropped off substantially once I started wailing on him. Military is the one where I was more comparable to everybody else. You can see here. Nomlik actually had a bigger military than me, but at the end I obviously surpassed him. And then let's do domain score. So that's just kind of your cities, how much coverage you have. I was very, very close with them. And then obviously I surpassed Nomlik in the last few turns. We didn't do seals. So yeah, again, overall, this was a really, really fun game. I really enjoyed playing against the 3 opponents. But yeah, so for my next playthrough, what I think I'm going to do is a Draconian Necromancer. And I think I'm going to try, rather than just continually increasing the number, I am going to do that going forward in other playthroughs. So I've done against 2 Emperor AI, now 3, and then eventually I want to do 4, obviously. But for this next one, I think as my Draconian Necromancer playthrough, I think I'm going to spin it a little bit and try doing either myself versus 2 teams of 3, both with Emperor AIs, or myself versus 3 teams of 2, all Emperor AI. And this is going to be on a large map. So that's what I'm thinking. But I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys think. Are you interested in just seeing more of a standard game, myself versus 4 AI? Or are you would it be interesting to see myself versus teams of 2 or teams of 3, multiple teams that might kind of infight? What do you think would be the most exciting? And then the other thing I'm thinking, and this was a suggestion a ways back, I think it was Marcus Pearson who had suggested it, but he had suggested bumping up the strength of the units that are guarding all the little structures around the map. I think I'm going to bump that up to strong. I don't want to go very strong because I think the AI kind of struggles with clearing those structures. So I think I'm going to just go to strong. But that's kind of the things I'm thinking about for my next playthrough. So let me know what you guys think. And I mean, let me know kind of how you thought this playthrough went too in the comments. Again, for me, this was an absolute blast. I really enjoyed these last few turns, especially against Nomlik. So again, this one was a total success here. I'm really happy that it worked out the way it did, and I learned a lot about playing druids, and I hope you guys did too. So with that, I think I will call this one a bit of an extended episode here, and I will wrap up this playthrough series with like I said, a very solid victory here on turn 62. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys in the next playthrough series.